All right, great Wednesday morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Cesar Mascoro Jr. in here with our 15 minutes to mastery. You guys, you hear something is going on right here. Okay, had the noise playing in the background. But anyway, today is Wednesday. Tell me if you hear an echo in here. If you'll put it in the comments, I would appreciate it. What is the sound like this Wednesday morning for everyone? Because on my end, it is something weird. But anyway, we're in here today to be able to go over what we do each and every morning with our 15 minutes to mastery, right? And so what we do is we come in, we share a little bit of insight, we share some mm, information, motivation, inspiration to get your day going. And we started off with a quote, some information, something for you to apply to life and business. And today our quote says this: you must prepare the ground, plant the seed. I'm sorry, you must prepare the ground, plant the seed, cultivate and water it if you expect to reap the harvest. You must prepare the ground, plant the seed, cultivate and water it if you expect to reap the harvest. How many of us in manufactured home sales have gone through the situation where you're doing well, you've got some great months that have either passed you by or they're coming up, but then you hit a slump. You're always going in ebbs and flows, right? There's not that consistency. The issue with not having the consistency comes down to one thing that we'll get into here shortly. But I want to talk just really briefly on that, right? Because that's one of the frustrations with this business is the fact that you get into sales and you you start your career and it takes you a little bit to ramp up. And then when you do, you start having some wins, you start having some successes, you can see it coming. Um, and then all of a sudden it seems to like taper off. It seems like you're not getting the same amount of traffic. Maybe you're not closing at the same rate. You're not you're not being as effective and influential with your potential home buyers. And so your business starts to suffer. And so then you'll have a month or two with you where you get some really great income, and then it falls off. And hopefully it only falls off for a few weeks or a month and starts ramping back up. But sometimes for some folks, it takes a little bit longer to ramp back up, right? And so you you start to go back up again, and you're doing well for a few months, and then again, right, starts to drop. Why is that? Where does that happen? It's something that frustrated me for so long, early on in my career, and and so that was something that I really put a lot of thought into because I thought, man, I don't get it. I've been doing this already for a while. What is going on? And if you could apply it to anything, we could we could talk about it in one simple comparison to life, right? Take your health. I'm talking to me right here, okay? You got to understand that about me. I'm not going to say anything online. I'm not going to say anything to anyone in a class. I'm not going to mention things to anybody that I would not first apply to myself. And so this right here, I'm talking to me right now, right? Why is it that I can't keep the weight off that I lose, over the long haul? You follow me, you get this. You see where if you follow me online, you see where on social media I'll post every morning the time I start working, and then it has the day, right? And today was day 983, and that was 983 days ago is when I started to take my health seriously, and I really started to get on track. I and this was on a bet. It all started on a bet that happened with some guys back at the company I used to work for. But anyways, since then, I just grabbed onto it, and during that time, since then, I lost almost 40 pounds. Um, but then here recently, 6 months ago, I hurt my knee. stopped working out, stopped eating the way I was eating, and I put 20 pounds back on. But it's this is the first time it's like that's just the way it's been for me. Why? Why do we do that? Well, it comes down to what we're going to talk about here shortly, and what it really says in this quote is so applicable. Right? You first have to prepare the ground. Okay? First, I have to prepare myself. I have to understand what it is I'm after. I've got to plant the seed, which means I've got to start putting in the work. Then I need to cultivate it, and water it. And when do you cultivate it and water? It's supposed to be right, consistent, daily almost, depending on the type of plant you're planting. So start doing it daily, the workouts, the eating right, everything. Start seeing the harvest, start seeing the results. It's the same thing with this business. When we get started in the business, we're putting in the work, we're excited, we're hopefully you got some training that was given to you and you're applying what you've learned. You're making a whole bunch of calls, you're posting a whole bunch of ads, you're meeting with a whole bunch of people, and so you start seeing the sales, right? You're helping families and you start seeing the harvest. But then without noticing, you start skipping steps. You start doing things differently. You stop learning, and then you start to taper off. So it's not the business. The business is always out there. The business is always out there. The people are always out there. The people are there for you to help them. It's me. It's you, the individual housing consultant, the person on the sales floor that messes it up. It's a cold hard fact, maybe not one that we want to really admit, not one that we want to really think about or say, yes, you know what it is. But it is, it's us because the people are always out there. There's always people buying. And especially right now, because you've got that whole other 22 million families that I keep talking about that aren't even in this market, but they can't buy a site built home. Okay. I saw an article yesterday from I think it was from the National Realtors Association, where they're saying that folks, rent is actually falling below mortgage payments. So it's becoming cheaper for people to rent homes than it is to buy. So we need to move, and we need to move fast. We're thankfully our product is still priced at a it's priced at a price that will still be lower than most mortgage payments out right now in the civil world, right? However, we need to make sure that we are going after that market. And so in order to do that, we need to work on us. That's the one thing. The one thing that is going to get you away from that frustration of the ebbs and flows, the inconsistency, is going to be the opposite of that. Consistent training, consistent improvement, consistent learning, consistent marketing, consistent phone calls, consistent appointments, consistent people in front of you to be able to help them solve their housing need and in turn sell a home. But it comes down to that consistency. It comes down to first preparing the ground. That means we are the ground. The salespeople, we are the ground. We need to take that and prepare ourselves. And this isn't a long preparation. Don't take well. Caesar said we got to prepare ourselves. So I got to get everything right before I do anything. That's not what I'm saying here. Preparing yourself is as simple as saying, "That's it. I'm done. This is the way it's going to be." You don't have to have everything in order. You don't have to have everything right. You don't have to have everything prepared for you to be able to do it. Okay. You don't have to make sure all the stars are aligned. And, well, solar eclipse is coming. And so I can't do anything because what if the world ends? No. Start right now. Start right now by getting after it. And then plant the seed, which planting the seed would be to start taking the action. Start with consistent marketing each and every day. post 2 to 3 ads on Marketplace. Share those ads daily, a few times a day. Consistent would be at least 3 times a day. You're sharing those ads to groups. Then consistently making the phone calls so that you consistently have the appointment set and people coming in. That's planting the seed. And then watering it, right? Cultivating and watering it is the work day after day after day after day after day. And as you do that, within a week or two, you'll start seeing the harvest. You start seeing the difference. But the one thing that I've got to warn you about and tell you about and remind you about is do not let your foot off the gas. Do not stop. Oh, great. I've got appointments lined up for the next 3 weeks. I'm going to slow down. You can't. You cannot slow down because the moment you start to slow down, you start losing momentum. And it's so hard to build that momentum back up. So the benefits to us first preparing the ground, preparing ourselves and making a decision. It's just making a decision. Don't take preparation as a long-term thing. You don't have to have, like I said, don't plan everything out. Just commit. You preparing the ground is saying, okay, that's it. As of today, Wednesday, April 3rd, 2024, I am going to be this consistent person. I am going to do these things because it's just what I do. I'm going to have this list. I'm going to write these things down and I'm going to check off that list. And every day, it's the same list. Post 3 ads, share ads 3 times a day, make 50 calls a day, speak to 10 people per day, set 2 appointments per day. You do that. You do those things. And in between all of that, fit work at your current deals and whatever else that needs to get done. You're going to have a consistent and highly effective career in manufacturing sales. And with it being a consistent and highly effective career, guess what happens with that? That means you're helping more families. And when you help more families, you have a consistent and very high income. And I believe that's what everyone is here for, right? That's the benefit of being able to do that for yourself. Plus, you get rid of the frustration. You get rid of that frustration of the ebbs and flows, the 2 months of great pay, 1 or 2 months or 3 months of not so great pay, which is not a fun thing to have in this business. We all know that, right? So commit to being that person that is continuously learning, continuously training, continuously taking action, and continuously doing the things that need to be done day in and day out to be effective and efficient and help as many families as possible. And folks, it doesn't have to be with us here in Manufacturing Home Sales Mastery, although we'd love it to. Don't get me wrong, we would love for it to be. We've got programs where for $200 a month, you could be part of our daily training that we've got for training. And it's something that will feed your mind, feed your soul as far as what we do and keep you going, keep you moving forward. And because that's the thing. When we don't do it and we don't seek out help, then we fall into our bad habits. We start skipping steps. And then next thing you know, you've gone 3 or 4 months without doing anything because you think you're working and you're busy working, but you're really doing yourself harm. So find that find that way of being able to get your daily and consistent training in, intentional training, so that you can take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level. That's all it's about, man. So prepare yourselves and preparing yourself is simply making that decision to say, that's it. As of today, I'm going to be the most consistent person ever. That's what you got to tell yourself. That's what you got to decide to do and then do it. That's what I got for you today in your 15 minutes to mastery. If you're out in Vegas, that's where I'm at. I'm in Las Vegas right now for the MHI Congress and Expo. We're at booth 632. All right. Come on by and see us. Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. We're ready to help take your life, your business, and your career to a whole new level. If you're a retailer, a community. If you're a housing consultant, I don't care. Your factory, your lender, come by and visit us at booth 632, and let's discuss how we can help you and your cause in the manufactured home sales room. That's what we do, folks. You guys have a great Wednesday. Have a great week. And we'll be back in here tomorrow with another 15 minutes to mastery. Be following us on social media. Get updates on what's going on at the MHI Congress and Expo. Fun times for sure. You guys have a great day. And as always, I can't wait to meet you.